At Pinewood, we're surrounded by the history and heritage of the British film industry. And on the Roadshow, we're seeing more and more entertainment memorabilia.
And what we have here is a bowler hat. And it's the bowler hat from Goldfinger that belonged to Oddjob.
It's a growing market. And to find out more, I met up with memorabilia specialist Stephen Lane. Stephen, last time we met on the Antiques Roadshow, we were looking at your Star Wars memorabilia. And this time you brought along James Bond costumes.
Absolutely. Today we've got a collection of James Bond costumes from all different eras.
And these two at the back, they're actually yours, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought I'd bring along a couple that are in my own personal collection. I've been collecting for some 30 years now. So you've got Daniel Craig's Skyfall outfit there and Eva Green's dress worn in Casino Royale.
Oh, which is my favourite Bond movie, actually, of all of them. I remember that very well. And when it comes to trying to assess the value of these things, where do you begin when it comes to something like James Bond costumes?
Well, there are a variety of different elements and facets to that. You're going to start with sort of the character and the attribution. So who's wearing it, which film, how successful is the film, perhaps how much screen time it gets as well, and how popular that film is today.
So tell me about that one nearest you.
So this is from GoldenEye, and this is the jacket worn by the psychologist who's sent out by M to appraise Bond. And this is sort of starting at the lower end of the tier of values. So this would have a value of about sort of £400 to £500.
And what about this, I mean, rather ordinary-looking blue shirt, if I'm honest?
Ordinary-looking blue shirt, linen blue shirt, but worn by James Bond. So this is actually a Pierce Brosnan shirt worn in Tomorrow Never Dies. It's worn in the Saigon sequences where he's on the motorbike being chased around the city. And this would have an estimate of value of about sort of £1,000 or £1,500.
So more because it was worn by the man himself?
Absolutely, yes.
And then what about this jacket here?
Yeah, so stepping up to the top of the values in this range here, this is Sean Connery's jacket from Diamonds Are Forever. This is actually a screen match jacket, which means that there are a number of tells on this jacket that we've matched up to behind-the-scenes shots or stills from the film. We've managed to match the weave on the lapel, so the very distinctive weave of the cloth there. In addition to that, it's the cuff, so the spacing on the buttons on the cuff. And then if you open the jacket up, on the inside, it has a very, very distinctive lining, which is stitched in a specific manner. And we've managed to match that up on screen as well.
Very fancy. Gosh, that's real anorak territory, isn't it, when you start matching the weave and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much anorak. I think it's more attention to detail. This has an estimate of value of somewhere in the region of about £25,000.
Wow. And this little stain here, does this add or detract from its value, Stephen?
Well, I think that's something that's likely to be post-production rather than something that took place during production. So we wouldn't touch it now, we wouldn't mess with it now, but it's not in any way going to detract from its value.
So this isn't Sean sort of dropping his lunch while he's filming?
I don't think so, no.
Is there a kind of nostalgia window for these things, where they have a certain value when the films are still being made and the people who watch them are still buying, but once the films aren't being made and the people who watch them are no longer around, their value decreases?
Well, I think that's certainly a consideration. A lot of collectors are buying these artefacts out of nostalgia, so they're revisiting a moment in time for them. But when you're looking at something that's the best of the best, and you're talking about, you know, a Sean Connery screen match jacket from a Bond film, then that's something that transcends through the generations.
And if you wanted to, I don't know, if you wanted to dip your toe in the water of collecting Bond, where would you start at the more kind of affordable end?
Well, I think the most important element of this, and I say this time and time again to collectors, is to buy with your heart, buy what you love. You know, ensure that you're actually going to enjoy it for what it is, and then also consider your budget. Try and buy at the very top of your budget, because then you're going to be buying the best that's available to you right then, and that will then carry to the next collector as well.
Well, as you know, Bond was filmed here at Pinewood with the 007 stage, so it's great to bring these back where they belong.
Oh, it's been wonderful bringing them back to Pinewood today. I've really enjoyed it and bringing these artefacts, these pieces of history.